Okay, day 9, question 1. The discrete random variable x can take only the values 2, 3, 4, or 6. For these values, of probability distribution function is given by 2, 3, 4, and then the probability of x is already given: 5 over 21, 2k over 21, 7 over 21, k over 21. Where k is a positive integer. Show that k equals to 3. Okay, probability always must add up to 1. Okay, that's our first task. So let's do that. Now for a, so 5 over 21 plus 2k over 21 plus k over 21 plus k over 21 should add up to 1, or 21 over 21. So that should be 5 plus 3k plus 7, okay, plus 7 over 21, and this is equal to, this is 12 plus 3k over 21, and this is equal to 21 over 21. So therefore 3k equals to 21 minus 12, okay, and 3k equals to 9k equals to 3. Okay, make sure you show that, because the marking scheme might require that. Okay, next for part 2, find b f3. Okay, for b f3, okay, this is a probability distribution. Okay, this is described in cumulative distribution, using cumulative distribution, where fx means all the probability of x which is less than or equals to x. In this case, probability of x less than equals to 3. Okay, that's what we want to find. All the probability that less than equal to 3. So less than equals to 3, probability of 2 plus probability of getting 3. Okay, so probability for 2 is 5 over 21 plus probability of getting 3 is 2 times by what we have earlier, yes, 3. So 2 times by 3 over 21, which is, that's 11 over 21. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, so part C, that's expected value, okay, which is average or mean. Okay, so the formula for expected value, we have to take 2 times by each probability, okay, for the individual x variables. So therefore 2 times by 5 over 21 plus 3 times by 2 times by 3, which is 6 over 21 excuse me, and then plus 4 times by 7 over 21, and then plus 6 times by 3 over 21. Okay, so use calculator. So just now I've already done this. I've got 74 over 21, okay, which is mixed number 311 over 21. So the average is about 3 point ... so somewhere here. Okay, 3 point somewhere here. Okay, closer. Okay, so now the next value for D is e x square. Okay, e x square. So e x square is you square the x, which is, and then you times by the probability. Okay, so e x square, so 2 square times by 5 over 21 plus 3 square times by 6 over 21 times 4 square plus, okay, that's plus, not times, 4 square times 7 over 21 plus 6 square times by 1 over 21. Okay, okay, this is 7 over 21, so sorry, not, this is 3 over 21, okay, which is 1 over 7. Okay, now when I add all this, Okay, since I did it earlier, what I got was 14. Okay, the answer was 14. Okay, next for part E. Okay, variance 7x minus 5. Okay, there's a formula. If you have, okay, variance, okay, let's say variance ax plus b, this is same as a square times by what's the variance of x. Okay, a square, a and b are constant. Yes, a and b are constant. Okay, so you find the variance of x and then you times it by a square. Okay, so first step, we have to find what's the variance of x. So let's do that. Variance of x. So variance of x, that's again a formula, x square minus the expectation, or x square minus the expectation value, which is the mean. We already got that. E to the power of x and then square this. So ex square, I think we already got, which is 14, minus the expectation value, which is, what was it, expectation value, 74 over 21. Okay, 74 over 21 square. Okay, so again use calculator, and such a big number, so use calculators, and since when I did that, I've got 698 over 441 as a fraction. Okay, now we are not done. It's a variable. Okay, we've got to use this formula. So now to find the variance for 7x minus 5, we have to use 14. Okay, a square. Okay, sorry, it's a square, which is, what is a? Not 14. Oops. A is 7. Okay, so 7 square. Oops. Okay, so 7 square, okay, times by the variance of x, and variance of x we already have 14 minus 74 over 12. I'll straight away use the value, okay, rather than using that. So we already got that, which is 698 divide by 441. Okay, 698 over 441. So 7 square, which is 49. So 14 minus 698 over 441. Use the calculator, and the answer that I got earlier was where is that? Oh, yeah, 698 over 9. Yeah, that's why I got. Okay, so 49 times of 14 minus 698 over 441. Okay, use calculator and you times it by 49, and the answer that I got was 698 over 9. That's all. Okay, day 9, question 2. On a randomly chosen day, each of the 32 students in a class recorded the time t minutes to the nearest minute they spent on their homework. The data for the class is summarized following table. Okay, so this is a continuous data. Okay, 10 to 19, it finishes at 19 and then starts at 20. So we have to find the lower bound and upper bound for each. Okay, but not for this case, because we just wanted to estimate the interpolation of the median. Okay, so which interval where the median falls, okay, you need to find what is the lower bound for that interval only. Okay, so in this case we have 32 students. So for 32 students, to find the estimate median, okay, the formula, just scribble through the formula: lower bound plus the category, that how many numbers are into that category or into that interval. Okay, I'll just write category into the numbers into the, okay, I'll write the numbers into the interval. Okay, what I mean by that I'll explain in a bit. Numbers into the category. Okay, oops, okay, does not allow me. Into the category, divide by number in the category. Okay, in the category or in the interval. Okay, and then once you're done with this, you times this by class width. Okay, so lower bound plus number into the category divide by number in the category, okay, times by the class width. Okay, so 32, that's 2 plus 4 plus 8, so this is already 6. Up to here you have 6. So 32 divided by 2, to find that you have got to go up to 16. So that's 6 plus 8 is 14, and from 14 you have to add another 2 more, so plus 2. So this is what I mean by number in the category, that you have to add excuse me, so you have to add 2 more. Okay, so let's find the lower bound for this. The lower bound, this is where it is. So the lower bound for this category is 39.5, okay, or the interval, because it finishes as 39, and since it's a continuous data, okay, it finishes at 39. So upper bound for this will be 39.5 and the lower bound here is 39.5. okay, so remember that. So 39.5, so I'm going to take 39.5 and then plus how many numbers before we reach 16? We already have 14. You have to plus 2 and then divide by number in the category. So how many we have? We have 11. Okay, and then times by the class interval 40 inclusive up to 49. So 40 inclusive up to 49, that's about 10. So now use your calculator. Since I did this earlier, the estimate median equals to 49.3 to 3SF. Okay, that's for part A. For part B, we have find the mean. Okay, for part B, find the mean and standard deviation of the time spent by the students on their homework. Okay, mean is also denoted with x bar, or in this case it's t bar. Okay, so we take the summation of t and divide by how many, which is n. Okay, so summation of t is 1414 divided by how many data that we have, or numbers we have. In this case we have 32, so divide that and I got 44.1875, which rounds to 44.2 to 3SF. Okay, that's for part B. And standard deviation. Okay, so standard deviation, the formula is, or sigma, the formula is, okay, summation of t squared divided by how many, which is 32, and then minus the mean that we got, or the t bar, so which is summation of t divided by n and then square that. Okay, so that's the formula. So you used all the values that we got. So in this case we have 69378, that's given, divided by 32 and minus 44.1875 square. Okay, use your calculator, and I did this question, so I've got the answer already. 14.68, or it rounds to 14.723 SF. Okay, that's for part B. And for part C, comment on the skewness of the distribution of the time spent by the student on their homework. Give a reason for your answer. Okay, skewness is normally determined by the median and mean. Okay, you always look at that. If you look at the mean, okay, which is the t bar, okay, you can see that it is 44.2, whereas the median is lower than the mean, which is 41.3. Therefore, it is positively skewed. So median is, you know, even closer. Mean is even closer compared to the median. Excuse me. Okay, so it is positively skewed. Okay, since mean is greater than median. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Okay, day 9, question 3. Past record shows that the times in seconds taken to run 11 meters by children at a school can be modeled by normal distribution. Okay, they've already given us this is a normal distribution question. So we have to know what is the standard deviation and the mean so that we can draw a bell curve, or you can use your calculator to do this. Okay, so now mean is 16.12. Okay, so just draw a bell curve, a sketch. Okay, so this is 16.12, and so that's mu, and your standard deviation is 1.60. Okay, now if you look at it, the question asks us to find the probability that a child from a school is selected at random. Probability of this child runs 100 meters in less than 15 seconds. So this is 16.12, so less than 15 should be this side where your z-scores are all negative. Okay, your z-scores are all negative. So you can use calculator, or you can use the mathematical table, okay, given in the exam, or the formula sheet. Okay, I'm going to use the formula sheet, okay, not the calculator, so let's give a try on this. So if it's on the left hand side, first of all you have to find your z-score. Okay, z-score equals to x minus mu over standard deviation. Okay, so in this case we have x as 15 minus 16.12 divided by standard deviation, which is 1.6, and the calculator gave me negative 0.70. Okay, it has to be negative because it's on the left hand side. Okay, so now if you look at since it's negative, if you look at the table, okay, it's all positive value. So what I can do, I can take the other side. Okay, since the bell curve is a symmetric curve, so I'm going to take the other side exactly over here, and I find out what is this. So the value of this is what the value of this as well. Okay, the probability, what I mean is the probability of here is what the probability of this purple region. So now since it's negative, we can find what is the phi for positive z. Okay, equals to px. So the phi of positive 0.70 is 0.7580. Okay, this is from the formula sheet. So therefore, since this is for positive, meaning everything from the left, okay, from this side, okay, for the positive 0.70, so everything on the left. That's not what I want. I want the region to the right, so I have to take 1 minus 0.7580, and the answer that I got was 0.242. So the probability for child to run less than 15, so t is less than 15, equals to 0.242. Okay, so that's for part A. Okay, on a sports day, the school awards certificates to the fastest 30% of the children in the 100-meter race. Okay, estimate to 2 decimal places the slowest time taken to run 100 meter for which a child will be awarded a certificate. Okay, so again I'm going to use the maths table to do this, but this time 30%. Okay, the probability here is 30%, so 30% is on the left, so this is 16.12, so 30% of the participants, so 30% is somewhere here. Okay, so in the table there's no negative value, it's all positive value, and it's towards left. Okay, area to the left. Now this area to the left, if I want to find using the table, what I can do is, since it's symmetry, I can switch it to the positive side. Okay, to the positive side, which is on this side. Okay, so this 30% here is same as 70% to the left. Okay, 70% to the left. So now use the calculator, or if you use calculator, straight away get the values. Okay, those who don't have, you need to change the positive to the negative. If you don't change the positive to negative, because 30% is on the left hand side but 70% is on the right hand side, the value is still the same. Okay, so I've already found the inverse phi of 70% that I got earlier, which is the closest value in terms of probability is not 70%. The closest that I got was 70.19 or 0.7019. And for this, the z-score, corresponding z-score that I got was 0.53. And since it's on the left hand side is what I want to find, 70%, I need to change it to positive, from positive to negative. So the z-score that I'm looking for 30% is negative 0.53. Okay, so I hope you get this. Okay, yeah. So therefore, since they want the time, so let's find the probability using the probability t less than t. Oops. And this time it is 30%. Okay, or 0.3. So therefore, first method phi 0.7019. To find the z-score, I've got negative 0.53. Okay, so now switch this to x minus mu over standard deviation, and this is equals to negative 5.3, and the x-score, rather a t-score, minus 16.12 divided by the standard deviation, which is 1.6, and this is equal to negative 0.53, and switch it around, t equals to negative 0.53 times by 1.6 plus 16.12, and the answer that I got was 15.272 seconds. Okay, which is 15.272 dp. Okay, the marking scheme gave answer as either 15.828 or 15.29. Probably that's using calculator. Okay, but if you don't use calculator, you use the table. Okay, you can still do it, and I think you'll still get a full mark for this.